Hi guys, so the other video that I am shooting today is my review of Bodacious by Boadicea the Victorious. I only have a sample actually, but this is what the full bottle looks like. So I think I've had this for quite a while actually, I'd say approximately 1 year. I think I actually got this last year when I went to the Polo in the Park event, which was also sponsored by Boadicea the Victorious. So that's when I won the tickets through the Instagram giveaway. I got this sample as well. So I saw Demi Rawling mention this fragrance in her review on YouTube on Boadicea the Victorious. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I've got a sample of this as well, and I thought, let me give it a try and let me do a review on it as well. So the thing is though, is that I wore this so many times, right, to be able to understand it and get some good detail out of this fragrance. But it was like literally full to the top and it's still not finished. So with this, it's like, I think every time I used it about 5 or 6 times, and every time I sprayed it about 4 or 5 times, and that's quite a lot, and even then this is not finished. For example, I thought it sprayed on really well actually, and I really thought that by the time I come to do the video, this is going to be completely finished. So I can show you what the colour of the juice looks like, but that is Bodacious. So Bodacious was launched in 2021 and overall it's an amber vanilla fragrance. The retail price of this is approximately £270, and you won't find this on any discounted sites because Boadicea the Victorious is quite, or actually very exclusive, so you won't find them anywhere except for on their official site and big department stores like Harrods and Selfridges in the UK, for example. So in this, you've got top notes of cherry, cognac, almond, and clove. And cherry in this is a very big player. In fact, this is probably known as a cherry fragrance. Then you've got mid notes of heliotrope, jasmine, sambac, and Moroccan rose. And then you've got base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, tobacco, sandalwood, amber musk, and vetiver. I sprayed this on my arm and on the blotter. I didn't smell it directly when I sprayed it. But I didn't need to because when I sprayed it, it was already projecting into the air. But in the air, when it started to project, instantly you get like a cherry and cognac combination. But this within minutes changes to a heavier almond scent with hints of cherry. And then smelling it directly on my arm, I was definitely getting the almond at the forefront, but with hints of cherry and clove. On the blotter, I was getting the cognac, which I wasn't getting on my skin. To me, it actually felt quite Christmassy, so I felt like it was quite suitable for the winter season, especially for a time like Christmas. In terms of projection, this was really, really good. Like, it was projecting straight away and it did fill up the room with its scent. But then again, all Boadicea fragrances are like that, so you wouldn't expect anything less. So on my skin, 1 hour later, the scent starts to warm up, so I was still getting like hints of cherry and almond. But the vanilla and the tonka kind of give this a slight creamy texture. And you can also feel some ambery and woody notes and hints of musk. At this point, it felt quite different to the opening. But in my opinion, it was still perfect for Christmas and winter season. On the blotter at the 1 hour mark, you get the same notes, but I could feel that the cherry was actually the more dominant note. Whereas on my skin, I felt like the almond was more dominant. So 6 hours later on my skin, this was gone and I couldn't smell anything, and this was from the first and second experience. 6 hours later though, on the blotter, I was getting rose and cherry with hints of jasmine, which felt so beautiful that I would have loved to have that scent on my skin. So the first and second time when I wore Bodacious, I was kind of disappointed. I don't know why. Maybe I was expecting it to last a little bit longer. But 6 hours is still not bad. I mean, it gets the job done. Obviously, I gave this more of a chance, and the third time I wore this, the scent journey was the same, but at the 3 hour mark, I was getting like warm vanilla with rose, hints of jasmine, and that ambery woody base. In terms of projection, it lasted amazingly for the first hour, and then at the 3 hour mark, I was getting like whiffs of the scent. So the third time when I wore this fragrance, and after that as well, I don't remember spraying it any more than I did the first and second time. But again, it lasted approximately 6 hours, maybe a little bit longer. I guess it just does depend on your skin chemistry on that day. For me, I would say approximately on average, this lasted about 6 hours. On the blotter though, it lasted more than 6 hours, and the next day I was still getting like cherry vibes with florals and vanilla. In fact, I didn't even feel tobacco on my skin either at any point, so it could have been very, very light and blended perfectly with the amber and the woody note. It is quite a difficult fragrance to describe because it is a cherry fragrance, but on my skin I felt like it was more almond that I was getting, and then you had like the vanilla, the florals, and also that woody ambery base towards the end. I wasn't getting more than 6 hours performance out of this. If anything, I maybe got like half an hour to an hour extra on certain occasions, but not more than that. And I think I was disappointed maybe because I was expecting more. But actually, when you think about it, 6 hours is pretty average and it does the job, as I said. Like, you know, if you put it on in the morning and then go to work and come back, this has lasted on you all the time you've been in the office. So it gets the job done. The Bodacious, as I said, is definitely a autumn-winter fragrance. I wouldn't wear this in the summer, to be honest, because the cherry can come across too sweet, like glazed cherries. The quality of this is amazing, and as I said, it is Boadicea de Victorious, so that's not a surprise there. In terms of the scent profile, I think this is probably one that would be liked more by Western type fragrance lovers. It has that booziness to it, along with the cherry at first, and that kind of, on the blotter actually, I could feel that constantly throughout the scent journey. Though it wasn't that strong, the booziness, but it was still there somewhere. So overall, this isn't really my type of scent. It's a really nice cherry fragrance, but I think I have other cherry fragrances, which I like more. That doesn't mean that you won't like this. So if you like boozy cherry almond scents with a dry down of rose, ambery woods, then definitely give this one a try. Because obviously Boadicea de Victorious have incredible quality fragrances in the collection. And as I said, don't let that 6 hours put you off because that's just me. On you, it might last longer, it might last less time, I don't know. But Boadicea de Victorious do have really good long-lasting fragrances, so I would suggest you try this out before you make like an informed decision or a final decision, I would say. But I hope this video has kind of helped you to understand the scent profile a little bit more. And I'm actually glad that I tried it on my skin and tried it on the blotter as well, because obviously, as you can see, they both played out similar, but the dominant notes were slightly different. Like on the blotter, it was more about the cherry, and on my skin, it was more about the almond at first. So yeah, I hope that this review helped you to kind of understand the fragrance a little bit more. And if you have any questions, then you can drop it in the comments box below. Otherwise, I'm going to start working on my next review, which is Oud Aquilaria by Oman Luxury. So definitely look out for that one coming soon.